Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from game 7 or from championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Palmero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the post, 20, 15, Hester 5.
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal team. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it to Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, then I guess you found us on Facebook. And if you're not following us on Facebook, what? Come on, go to Facebook, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the like button, and now you're following Sports Zone Chicago. Simple. But wait, there's more. Go to our YouTube channel, and if you're watching us on our YouTube channel, excellent. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, guys. Go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it. And that lets you know anytime a show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy. That's CHI at Sports Zone Shy now. If you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? Let me tell you what I did. Made it nice and easy. I try to make it nice and easy for you folks. Try to get you all one handle, but some hackers screwed me up. So on Facebook, I'm at Shawn.Sierra2025. On X, Twitter, I'm at ShawnSierra33. But Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, I'm at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, we got a great show, but I need you to get interactive. So whatever platform you're watching us on, leave a question or comment on that platform. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. And like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check the chat, because the chat is jumping like crazy. Woo, Charlie. Jumping like crazy. Levette Lee in the house. Good morning. Happy House Music Monday. Yeah, May the 4th be with you. It is May the 4th be with you. That's right. I forgot about that. My man, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr. is in the house. Junior, what's up, buddy? How are you? Sox playing some good baseball lately. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dr. Cornelius Squalls in the house. Top of the morning, Shawn Sports Zone. The Bears draft look better and better every day. Black Diamond, top of the morning, gang. FGB, go. You know where they can go. Steve, cue our song. No, don't cue our song. Don't cue their song, Steve. Don't do it. Don't do it. My man Rick Gonzalez in the house. Hola, amigo. Great weekend for the good guys. Yes, it was, doctor. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. FGB, hashtag FVisiting Wisconsin. I love it. I love it. Mr. Southside himself, Michelle Wells in the Mickey Ficky house. What up on the House Music Monday morning? The Sox is making progress. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I love it. I don't know a lot about a lot, but I do know this. More of the usual suspects will chime in as the show goes on. That, my peoples, I can promise you. I'm just doing something real quick here. Steve-O, check that out. Check that out in the chat. Well, listen, we got a great show for you at 10 o'clock. My man, Zack Pearson from BearReport.com is going to join us. We're going to go over this draft. I'm fired up about it. I'm getting Cornelius. I was laughing because just like you, and I was saying it today at CrossFit, I'm liking this draft more and more by the day. More and more by the day, I'm liking it. All right, I get it. It's difficult for those who don't understand or who don't want to understand, and they just say, oh, we need this, go grab it. We need this, go grab it. And I'm liking it more and more. We'll see how it plays out. And there's one huge, I shouldn't say huge. There's one big wild card, literally and figuratively. All right, there's one big wild card that could be huge for us. And this was a crazy, crazy signing. And if this thing plays out, wow. King Booker World checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? This is Shawn, Jr., Levette, Rick, Mashawn, Corny, Black Diamond, salute. Man, we got it. Man, I'm fired up about today's show. Had a great workout this morning. Woo, man. Only problem with today's workout is that I was at 5 a.m. Because I guess I should have got there earlier to warm up because we did squats. And I think I only did, it was a one rep. So it was every minute on the minute. All right. So it's a 10-minute. So for 10 minutes, every minute on the minute, we did one rep. I started with like it was 185, 225. I ended up with 315. I should have got to 365, maybe even 4, but man, it was 5 a.m. in the morning. I was tired. And I didn't work out. I didn't warm up properly. All right. I didn't warm up as well as I needed to go for 400 today. And I was a little annoyed. I'm a little annoyed by that. So next time we squat, I have to make sure that I get to the gym early and have no distractions. Because sometimes people talk to me, and depending on who's in class that day, they want to talk. Did you like the draft? Did you see what about the Sox? What about the Cubs? What about this? What about that? So I next time we have a heavy squat day, I have to make sure that I get there and work out properly. I would have loved to have gone after 405 today, but I didn't warm up properly. I should have got 365. I only ended up at 315, and that was mad doable. All right, so 365 might have been good. I might not have been able to get 405. I don't know. We'll never know now. But after that, we did deadlifts, and then we did pike push-ups. It was either Handstand push-ups or pike push-ups. When you're in the V, crazy. Great workout. I was sweating like a sweater. So I'm fired up, man. I am fired up to talk sports with you. Shawn, don't even start your nonsense, bro. He says it's better off you doing some burpees. Hell, Mickey Ficky, no. Hell to the Mickey Ficky, no. Rick, you're a fool. He's like, I warmed up today by smoking a little joint, working my way to a fatty later, FGB. I know you did, fool. I know you did. Hey, I ain't mad at you, dog. I ain't mad at you at all, bro. So I'm fired up, man. I'm excited about this week. Cinco de Mayo tomorrow. All right, and it falls on a Taco Tuesday. Man, I'm having breakfast tacos tomorrow. I'm having tacos for lunch. Having tacos for dinner. We're doing it. We're doing it. So it's gonna be fun. I'm excited. Both teams are playing really good baseball right now. Was it just like a week and a half ago I was laughing at you Cub fans because you guys were in last place? Or was it longer? And what did I say? I was laughing because I said, I'm laughing because you guys were in last place and your record would have been better than the record, the best record in our division at the time. I said, don't worry, Cub fans. I said, don't worry. I said, it's not going to last. You're not going to be down there for long. I said, it's just a glitch in the matrix right now. And sure enough, what happens? Now you are, in the standings. All right, you're atop the division by 2 games, 22-12. You're 22-12, 2 games ahead of St. Louis. Remember I said, well, no, Cincinnati's still 2 games back. Milwaukee's 3.5, Pittsburgh's 3.5. They're all over 500 in that division. 19-16 is the worst record in that division, a .543 winning percentage. All right. That's still better than Detroit, who tops the AL Central with a .514 winning percentage. The White Sox would have won yesterday. They would have been at 500, but they lost, so they're 2 games under 500 right now. So they got to get back on winning track. And they finished the month of April 13-13 at 500. Don't stop now, boys. Don't stop now. Cubs are playing some good defense. White Sox are playing some good defense. White Sox are getting some key hits. They just couldn't get a key hit yesterday. In the way that they scored, San Diego scored that 4th run, the eventual game winner, was a son of a gun, man. That was a son of a gun. But that's the way the game rolls. And listen, we had been getting our fair share of balls to bounce our way, figuratively, so to speak. And it's just the law of averages. We're not that good. We're not a really good baseball team yet. And so you're not going to get a lot of the bounces of the ball go to your way. We've been getting more and more our way because we fight, we play all 27. All right, we scrap, we kick, we bite, we steal this. We do everything we have to win. Okay, but most importantly, we're fundamentally sound. And that's gone a long way for us. So we're going to get the breaks to go our way a lot more than them going against us like they have in the last few seasons. All right, we're coached better, we're managed better, we're coached better. Okay, and the best part about it is that all the players, are buying into that, into what Will Venable is selling. There was a really smart guy who once said #coaching matters. Okay. And Will Venable is the dude for this job. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't know if Will Venable is the guy to take us to the mountaintop, But Will Venables, the guy, to take us from point A to point B. Now, point B to point C, we don't know. Let's get to point B first. Let's get to point B first, and then we'll see if Will's the dude for that job. Then we'll worry about ourselves. All right? We're in the process from A to B right now. And once we get to B, a perennial playoff team, we'll see if Will's the guy to get us there, get us to the mountaintop. Because sometimes some coaches aren't there to take you all the way. Some coaches are there to take you from point A to point B. And there's another coach that may need to come in to take you over the top. We're not there yet. I personally think Will Venable can be the dude to take us all the way, but we're still years away from that conversation. At least 4 to 5 years away from that conversation, which I'm okay with. All right? Cubs, man, I don't even know what the hell to say. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you guys, relax, take it easy? You guys have enough firepower in that offense, okay, to be atop that NL Central. And it took you a while. You had a slow start to the season. It happens. A very slow start to the season. But then, man, what was that, a 10-game win streak you guys had? Now you're on a 5-game win streak. It's only a matter of time. It was only a matter of time, and you guys are playing well. Nico Horner, didn't he get carried off or didn't he leave the game the other day? And everyone was worried. All the Cub fans were worried. He was back in a blink of an eye. So you guys are doing well, man. So are my socks. And, man, I was hoping for that sweep. That would have been beautiful. It would have been a 6-game win streak. Would have been a 2 consecutive series sweeps. But we have 2 consecutive series wins. I'll take that. Remember I told you, I'm not getting greedy. I told you, I said I want the White Sox just to take 2 out of 3. That's all I care about. That's all I care about. The 5-game win streak, beautiful. We didn't need it. Beautiful. All right. I don't care if we don't have nothing but a 4-game win streak ever the rest of the season. But if we lose game 1 of the series, win the next 2. Win the next 2 games of the following series, or win the first 2 games of the following series, lose the last. I don't want that too much to happen. I want it to sweep. Or 2-1 win, lose, win. But we don't need a long win streak. We're playing good baseball. The confidence is there. Munitaka is unbelievable. He is awesome. He is must-see TV right now. And Colson Montgomery's right behind him, which is a beautiful thing. We have a lot of left-handed power in that lineup. A lot of left-handed power. So baseball is going to be fun. I got to start getting some tickets for the Crosstown. It's coming up this. Is the Crosstown? Is the May one here in the South? I think it's May 1's. I think that the South Side one. Is that in May? Oh, Jesus. Come on, you're killing me, Smalls. Here we go. So my guy has... So, my guy puts all these outings together. He gets tickets and things like that. And so he always does the Crosstown. And I'm trying to see if the Crosstown, if the 13th, 14th, and 15th one is the one on the South Side. Yes, it is. South Side Crosstown Classic, May 15th and 16th. Yeah. Black Diamond, we'll see your JV team in 2 weeks at that stadium. Okay. 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 Don't trip. Don't trip. And what would be great is if we whip that ass. What would be great is if we take that series. Or is that only 2 games? Because they've been doing some stupid stuff with the scheduling, and I don't like it. The last couple of years, no, but it's a weekend set. Okay, good. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Good. Good. Remember, they would only play. First of all, they played in the week, like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was only 2 games. I'm like, what the hell is that stuff? But they changed it. It's back for the weekend set. 15th, 16th, and 17th. 15th, 16th, and 17th, yes. On the south side. My buddy's selling tickets. Got an outing the Friday, Saturday. Saturday one sold out. I may go to the Friday one. I may see if there are any Saturday ones available because some people last minute cancel and need their tickets sold. People who bought tickets already sometimes need their tickets sold because a family event comes up or a situation arises. It happens. It happens a lot. So last minute tickets are usually available. All right. So, yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to have those 2 teams. It's going to be a full house. All you unsophisticated frat boys are going to be up and hanging out on the south side with us. And your best friend. Just remember that white thing on the wall in the bathroom, that's a urinal. Okay, that's a urinal. And it's only big enough for one person. Only one person has to go in there. You know, only one person uses a urinal at the same time. You're not going to stand next to somebody and pee in a trough like you do up north. Okay? That technology was around years ago. You guys just haven't advanced that far yet. So when you go to our bathrooms, there's no trough that you piss in. You know, standing next to the dude. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Right? Those are called. We have urinals, one person at a time. So you can't get all excited and stuff and looking at people's Johnsons and junk over there on the south side is not how it is. So just so you know, want to give you guys a heads up what a urinal is. Rick, you're a damn fool. Rick's a damn fool. He said they hold hands when they pee. FGB. So that's how it is on the north side, huh? King Booker said, also for the Cub fans that come to the park, when you use the bathroom, please don't eat the big white mint in the in the urinal. Like, oh, there's a mint there. We're just looking out for you guys. We got some things, we got some new technology that you might not be familiar with your stadium. So we're just trying to look out. Just saying. Hey, listen, let's take a quick break. On the other side of the break, we're going to hit top of the morning topics. And then after that, I'm going to talk about this offseason signing that could be a could turn into a huge signing for the Bears. And it could literally solve one of our problems. Okay? So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
How long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Bush to right. Corbin Carroll angles back. Can't get it. Into the right field corner. 2-run score. Here comes Hack. Throw to third. Not in time. Bases clearing. Pop up the right. Corbin Carroll underneath it. Makes the catch. Half tags up. Throws cut off, and Happ scores. It's a 4 RBI day for Michael Bush. Sacrifice fly. Say it. Kelly rips it past Perdomo and into left field for an RBI single. Sayas scores. Second hit for Carson Kelly. It's 8-2 Cubs.
Welcome back to ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Those clips courtesy of the Marquee Network. Those were the Northsiders yesterday on the north side at Wrigley. All right, with a big win to sweep the D-bags. Backs. Listen, let's get it started, baby. You know how we do the first segment of every show. It's called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
Guys, which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way? You know which way we go. The good guys. First top of the morning topic, good guys. From the South Side, they have their 5-game winning streak snapped after a 4-3 loss to the San Diego Padres in San Diego. That was a tough one. They give up that 4th run in the bottom of the 8th and had a run around the top of the 9th, just couldn't plate him to tie the game. All right, Anthony K, he is on a bump. No decision, 7. Give up 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, 1 walk, 5 punch-outs. Derek Hill was 1 for 1 with a homer, a pinch hit homer, his 2nd of the season, driving in he had 2 RBIs, his 2nd and 3rd of the season. Romo was 1 for 3 with a homer, his 3rd of the season, driving in his 4th RBI of the year. So it snaps a 5-game winning streak. Okay, a little frustrating for us. Okay, but all is not lost. Staying with the Sox, the next top of the morning topic, the Sox travel to Anaheim to face the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim of Orange County of East LA homes for 3 starting tonight. First pitch is at 8:38 p.m. Central Time. You can catch that game on Chicago Sports Network or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. It's 1000 a.m. The probables for tonight's game, Davis Martin is on the bump for the good guys. He's 4-1 with a 1.95 ERA going up against Jose Soriano, who's 5-1 with a 0.84 ERA. It's a matchup from a couple of weeks ago. Same 2 going at it. Now, the next top of the morning topic, Cubs. The Cubs won their 5th consecutive game with an 8-4 win over the Diamondbacks. Matthew Boyd got the win. He's 2-1. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 free pass, and 5 punch-outs. Michael Busch, as you saw on the highlights coming out of break, he was 2 for 3 with a double, his 7th, a triple, his 1st, and count them 1, 2, 3, not 3 RBIs, but 4 RBIs, bringing his total to 17 on the season. Ballesteros, he was 2 for 4 with a homer, his 6th of the year. He drove in his 17th and 18th runs of the year. Carson Kelly was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, his 12th and 13th of the season. Well, the Cubs. Staying with the Cubs, the next top of the morning topic, the Cubs. They welcome the Cincinnati Reds to Wrigley Field today for 3. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Central. Okay, you can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it on their flagship station, 104.3 FM or 670 AM, The Score. Okay, the probables for tonight's game for Cincinnati. The Big Red Machine, Chase Petty, making his Major League debut tonight. He's going up against Edward Cabrera, who's 3-0 with a 3.06 ERA. The next top of the morning topic in the 152nd run of the Kentucky Derby, Golden Tempo. Golden Tempo. You want fast up-tempo game. Golden Tempo, ridden by Puerto Rican jockey Jose Ortiz. He rallied from the 12th position to win the race. He covered a lot of ground. It was insane seeing those. What's the dumbest name in baseball, King Booker World? Excuse me. But yeah, with that, let me tell you, Golden Tempo. That was impressive. That was very impressive. Oh, Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, yeah, and they're in Orange County, so why are they LA? Crazy. Yeah, Golden Tempo was almost, he was second to last and overcame that and won. That's incredible. Puerto Rican jockey was riding him, rode him to victory, Came back from all, man, he was second to last. I'm telling you, he was second to last. And that was crazy. Unfortunately, I didn't get to make it to the Smoke Fellas party. I wanted to, but just couldn't. Unfortunately, I couldn't. So, King Booker Will said the Kentucky Derby ain't shit, but the players ball for rich white people. I would still like to go down to Churchill Downs for one year for the Derby. I think that would be dope. I think that would be really, really dope. I think that'd be super, super dope. You know, I don't know. I just think that'd be pretty cool because you got to go down there the whole week. You got to go down there the whole week. All right, there's a derby party every week, and as I was telling you before, a friend of mine that I met from the Ville, they call it the Ville, Louisville. It is not uncommon to see women at the airport getting their luggage and connected. They'll have 5 big or 6 different hat boxes because they will wear a different hat to each party they attend during the week. That is insane. That's the shit I want to see. It's just, even if it's just once, even if it's just I just go once, that'd be dope. King Booker will said the shit they be wearing, the names of the horses, pimp shit. Dude, just once I got to go down to Churchill Downs and be in the grandstand and check it out because that would be dope. That is on my bucket list, and I have to do that. I love to take Sports Zone Chicago, take us guys down there, take the team down there, and get us into some parties, get us, that'd be dope. I'd have to get a seersucker suit. For those of you who don't know what that is, Google seersucker suit. That's SEERSUCKER, seersucker suits. All right, those are the types of suits that the King Booker will talk about. The pimps, the player ball for rich white people. That's what they be wearing. That's what they'll wear. Seersucker suits or linen suits, because it's kind of like the unofficial beginning of summer for them. So they'll wear some linen jackets, a lot of bright colored stuff. But it's dope. It looks dope. I'm definitely it's on my bucket list, and I definitely have to cross it off in one of the upcoming years. So don't forget, at the top of the hour, my man Zack Pearson from BearReport.com is going to join us, and we have a lot to talk about with him. Get his thoughts on the draft. Was he happy with it? Who's his favorite draft pick? Who's his least favorite draft pick? And I'm going to ask him and talk to him about this particular person that I'm going to discuss now. This was probably the best, low key, this was the best signing this offseason because it's such a low risk, super high reward. This young man right here. Offensive tackle, Jedrick Wills. Okay. Jedrick Wills is the guy. It's the guy. Let me tell you this guy. This dude was a former first-round pick, 10th overall pick out of Alabama. Okay, selected by the Browns. And he sat out the entire 2025 season, okay, to make sure he was healthy. Okay, to make sure he was healthy. And it's interesting. Yeah, so he had knee injuries. That was his issue. So he sat out all last season, recovered from those injuries, and said he's 100% ready to go. And this is the stuff that he's had. So he suffered a torn MCL in his right knee in November of 2023. Then he re-aggravated the injury in October of 2024 and played only a limited amount of games that season. Okay. So he sat out all of last year to fully rehabilitate his knee. All right. So this is, remember, he was picked in 20. He was a first round pick in 2020. So he's been out there for a minute. And here's the thing. Let me get his picture off. When you go in the first, when you're an offensive lineman, a left tackle, offensive tackle, in his case, a left tackle, there are some traits that you have that many don't have. Okay? There are some traits that you have that many don't have, which is why you're getting picked in the top 10. To be a top 10 offensive lineman picked says a lot about you, what you did in college, and the upside that people see in you at the next level. Rick, and I was going there, bro. I was going there, man. We're here, but we are here. So he sat out 25 to completely heal from his injuries. Signed a 1-year deal with us. Okay. And it could lead to bigger things. He's a left tackle, so he's going to be in that role. Okay, it's Jedrick Wills Jr., excuse me. It's going to be Braxton Jones, and it's going to be, I can see his name right now, Theo Benedette. And then there's one other guy. But if this guy gets anywhere close to his first round talent, the Bears just found their left tackle for the next 10 years. At least 8. Next 8 years at least. He's 26. 26. Yeah, he's 20. So the Bears would be in a good spot. You have a dude, a former first-round pick, that you can sit there and just plop him there and say, boop, you're here for the next whatever. He's 26 years old. He'll be 27 this month. So you got him for a good 5 years, 6 years. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that because that's in our window. That's in our window. And the thing that I like that Rick is talking about right here, so we can't forget this kid will have one of the best offensive line coaches to help him get better, FGB and Dan Rochar. Yes, that's what has me excited. It's car parked across the street, and then right where it's parked, the sun is reflecting. It's going right in my face, right in my eye. Dan Rochar will be responsible for this kid reaching his potential. If he can, holy cow. Holy cow. That's huge because he can't demand a lot because he doesn't have a lot of body of work. So you get him, let's say, if he has a good season this year, and I'm the Bears, sign him to a 4-year deal. Sign him to a 4-year deal because that should be in our window. And if that 4 years expires and he's still good, sign him to a 2-year extension. That'll give us 6 years out of this guy. The kid's going to be 27. He'll be 33 when that's up. At that point, okay, he may show signs of slowing down. He may not. Who knows? But we'll get his next 6 good years out of him if he has a good year this year. I guess it'll be 5 years. No, 6. Sign him to a 4-year deal and then 2 more. So it'll be 7 years. This is a big, big year. A very big year for Jedrick Wills. I like this signing. As I said, this could be the biggest under-the-radar signing all offseason. Because if you put him there, and trust me, somehow I think Logan Jones may win the starting job by the end of the year. If Logan Jones wins the starting job by the end of the year, guess what? This offense and Jedrick Wills has a good year and the Bears re-sign him, you got your line for the next 3 years. Period. Because you know they're going to sign, they're picking up Darnell Wright's 5th-year option. They're going to work on an extension for him. They just signed Joe Tooney, Jonah Jackson. Just got Logan. You drafted him from Iowa. And then Jedrick Wills. You will have your offensive line intact, barring injury, of course, for the next 3 to 5 years. And what do we talk about? Consistency. Consistency. When that same offensive line goes out there, things run smoothly. Let me tell you, being a former running back, when I played with the Thunder, I want to say the last when I haven't passed 9. So 05, 06, 07, 08. Yeah. For 4 years, I had the same offensive line. 4 years. Same offensive line. Same fullback. Same tight end, same wide receivers, same quarterback. We had some new wide receivers come and go, but the core was still there. And let me tell you, consistency in the offensive line is huge. So keep an eye out. I'm not saying this guy's going to be a gold jacket winner. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if this guy can live up to his first round selection, number 10 overall, we are set at left tackle for the next 6 to 7 years. The next 6 to 7 years. You don't get drafted in the first round as a left tackle unless you have some special traits about you. You're a special player because the left tackle, we understand what his job is, the blindside protector. and to be drafted in the first round in the top 10 says you have a lot of potential and you're a very special player. So what does Jedrick have to do? Regain confidence, most likely, and bust his tail. So he set out all of last year, which means this year, this offseason, he's training. He's not rehabbing because he set out last year to rehab. So he'll be able to train. He'll be in close contact, or he's in close contact with Dan Rochar. OTAs are going to start soon. Rookie minicamp, I think, starts this week. Not that he's going to be there. However, he's going to be there from jump. He's going to be there from jump, learning the protections, learning the schemes, learning his responsibilities, learning his teammates, getting this system familiar to him. And a great chance for him to take that left tackle job and throw it away for the next 5 years. Like, nope. Because if you remember what Detroit did, I think I just deleted it. Remember, Detroit had arguably one of the best offensive line in the NFL for about 3 years. And they had 2 first-rounders, 2 second-rounders, and a third, if I'm not mistaken. So now, if this works out, our 2 bookends are first-round picks. Our 2 tackles are first-round picks. Our center will be a second-round pick. Jonah Jackson and Tooney, they were later round picks. They were 3rd and 4th. I think Tooney was 4th and Jackson was 3rd, or vice versa. But you have quality offensive linemen who are familiar with each other, who will end up being together for about 3-4 years. And that, my friends, is going to win us a lot of ball games. I can guarantee. If that works out, having the same offensive line. Health permitting, of course. That's a big if. But if they're there, watch out. You thought Caleb did some pretty cool stuff this year? Wait till he has time. Wait till he doesn't have to run and throw on the run. Wait till he's able to pick people apart from the pocket. It's going to be special. We're going to take a quick break, and on the other side of the break, we're going to welcome our man, our guy, good friend of the program, Zack Pearson from Bear Report. We're going to talk to him about the draft, selections, the free agent signings, get his thought, because I could talk Bears football 24/7, 365. Zach's one guy I like talking Bears football with. So we're going to talk with him on the other side. So keep it locked right here, folks. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
ShawnSierraSports. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Every body in a work zone is someone's somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Whether it's mechanics or the mental part of the game, so he is back over here.
The second for one, on to first for two. 6-4-3, twin killing, 2 down in the inning. Line down the left field line, it is a fair ball to the corner. Ty France, they're going to send him, try to get him in. Throw to the plate, he will be out. Executed very well and retired at the plate to end the inning is Ty France.
Was able to throw it for a strike a little bit more consistently.
High drive, deep right field. It is back and gone. Leadoff home run for Drew Romo, his third of the year. And the White Sox jump on top 1-0.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Chicago. Those clips courtesy of CHSN. Those were the good guys on the south side, from the south side, down in San Diego, down in Tijuana. Well, same thing. And did you see that first play? And this is why I'm telling you I am so excited about the White Sox. I know we're talking Bears in a second, but you see what I'm telling you? When you are fundamentally sound and you hit the God-blessed cutoff man, which we didn't do consistently a lot last 2 or 3 seasons, it gives you a chance to make plays. You missed the cutoff man, that dude scores. Granted, we ended up losing anyway, but that's not the point. The point is you stop runs when you get a chance to stop runs. So you hit the cutoff man turns around, relays it down to the catcher, got it there in no time. Dude was a sitting duck. That's what I like about that baseball team. All right? That's what I like about it. And a whole bunch of other stuff. When you talk about Murakami, there's another reason too. But that's another story for another day. My guest today, I'm fired up to have him on. He's from BearReport.com. He's a Bears writer for them. You can find him on Twitter at Zack, Z-A-C-K, _Pearson. Good friend of the program. Let's welcome back our guy, Zack Pearson. Zack, what's up, Papa? Good morning.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, I am fired up. Good workout this morning. And I like one of the guys in the chat. As the days go on, Zack, I am liking this draft more and more. I didn't like it initially. I was annoyed. I was pissed. And then I sat back and thought about it. I said, why do we take Logan in the second round? Why? And then I said, because we should have taken. And I'm like, who the hell should we have taken? I said, let me go back and see. So I went back and looked, and there was a run of like 6 or 8 defensive ends / defensive tackles taken right before us in the second round. Like, damn. Were you happy with the draft, the 2026 draft for the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah. I didn't think it was terrible by any means. I think, as humans, it's human nature to overreact and, they should have done this, they should have done that. When the reality is, like, we're not going to know anything about this draft for at least another 2 seasons, 3 seasons. You might know early on if a kid can play or not. But overall, like, it's still going to take time for the draft process to come out. And more than likely, teams miss on more picks than they hit. It's just the reality of the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, we got to kind of wait and see, but I think they did a good job of addressing some needs. And, I know everyone's upset about, they didn't get a defensive end, they didn't get a defensive tackle. I'll just say this. I've talked to people around the Bears, I've talked to people around the NFL, even going back to the combine. A lot of people thought this was one of the weakest defensive tackle classes in a while. And I think it's easy for us to say, well, they could have landed, Keldrick Falk, or they could have landed, Gabi Jacas if he was there, TJ Parker, guys like that, R. Mason Thomas. We also have to remember they might not be a fit for what Dennis Allen wants to do in this defense. And if you look at what Dennis Allen wants and you look at, the comps to someone like Cameron Jordan, it's a very small window of players you can get each year. It's very specific. So, yeah, I mean, it's easy for us to say, oh, they should have drafted him, but we don't know what Ryan Poles' draft board looks like. Only thing we know is they were going to stick to their board. They're going to stick to high character individuals. They're going to stick to versatile individuals, fast individuals, things like that. So we'll kind of see how it plays out.
Yeah, give me your thoughts on Dylan Thieneman. He was probably on many people's board. He was the second best safety in the draft. And this kid is just, he's electric. He's electric. 4.35 speed, kind of a ball hawk a little bit. He can play free, he can play strong, and play slot. And the versatility is what makes him so special. The 4.3 speed makes him special. 4.35 speed makes him special, but his versatility also makes him special. Talk to me about why you liked that pick with the Bears number one selection.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he'd be off the board. I thought the Vikings or Panthers probably would have taken him. I'm still shocked the Vikings didn't.
Many to replace Harrison Smith. In most mocks, he never got past Minnesota.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty much gone by 21, 22. So I had them taking the Toledo kid just because I thought he would be there. And then I was a little higher. As the draft was going on, I was getting more impressed with Traden Stukes out of Arizona. I thought he could have been a surprising option. But yeah, for me, Thieneman was the second best safety behind Caleb Downs. And when you look at it, he had a monster combine, obviously, testing well in the speed and the 40-yard dash and all that. If you watch the tape, though, when you watch guys like from Purdue go and play, it's still the Big Ten with Oregon, but you're playing better teams, essentially. Bowl games, you're probably playing better teams, things like that. He was really good on the tape. Now, are there little things he's have to clean up? Yeah, I mean, I think, for his size, he's got to be just a little bit of a better player taking angles. He's a good tackler, but sometimes, the angles just aren't there. But ball hawking skills, and what I really like about him is he's versatile. When you look at what Jeff King, when you look at Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson have said, and even Dennis Allen, versatile. They love versatility. They love speed. They like guys who can play multiple positions on the defense. And we saw that last year. C.J. Gardner-Johnson is basically a safety. That's probably where he fits best. But they had him playing nickel. They had him playing outside. They had him playing in the dime at safety at times. So they want guys that can play different spots, which, wasn't shocking that he was the pick. Now, if he wasn't there, I would have been really curious to see what they would have done. I think Colton Hood from Tennessee was probably going to be the pick if Thieneman wasn't there. I think they still want to add defensive backs moving forward. They'll have some decisions to make after this year. But, I thought offensive tackle could have been a spot they could have taken. But depending on the guy, I think probably Caden Proctor would have been the the top option there if he was there. Obviously, he wasn't. And they passed on Caleb Lemieux, who, took a 30 visit, but he went after. So, yeah, I was fine with the Thieneman pick. I think he's going to be a good addition to this defense, and he complements Kobe Bryant pretty well.
Here's the cool part about it is now you don't know if their nickel is their dime.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to take a linebacker out. Okay, you have a guy, a safety who runs a 4-3-5, and you have a guy who can cover most receivers because some receivers run 4-3-5s, and you have a guy who can do that. So you don't even know if it's a nickel or a dime because they're one and the same, because you don't have to take an extra linebacker out to bring another DB in because you have that covered, and now you're able to disguise, or Dennis Allen's able to disguise his defense a lot more.
Yeah.
With that because of that personnel.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I'll say this too. Like last year, if we look back at this, the pass rush was an issue. I think they were getting, Montez Sweat was getting pressures. Austin Booker was playing well. I think Gervon Dexter was playing better than people thought. I don't think he got to the level he should be at. But it wasn't an awful year. But the one thing, the pass rush was probably the biggest problem. If you look, Tremaine Edmonds was getting beat by running backs almost all the time. I mean, I go back to that Detroit game. What'd they do? They had Amon St. Brown matched up against them. They had Jamar Gibbs matched up against them. They needed to get faster, and they needed, if you're not going to get a pass rush, you have to be able to cover for longer times. So I think that's what they kind of were targeting in this draft too.
Well, yeah. Well, remember C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Green Bay said, "Oh, you want to put this old guy out here?" And 27, 28. We're going to motion, and you're in man, so we're going to motion Christian Watson into the slot where you have to get him. We're going to run everybody off on the left side, and he's going to run a crosser, and you can't stay with him. Yeah, and they did it, and it hurt us big time. So I understood why they wanted to get why they needed to get faster. All right, and they got faster, and I'm fired up about it because now, think of what we got. You got Grady Jarrett, who's able to train and not rehab. All right. Yeah. Last year he had a rehab in the offseason. Okay. That's a big difference. All right. You have Austin Booker, who we expect to take a big jump forward. If he continues to take the jumps that he's taken the last couple of seasons, he might have a monster year. Dayo Odengbo. All right. There's a lot of talk, and hopefully he's hearing all this, and it motivates him. Hopefully. So I'm thinking we have, and then the vanilla gorilla they're talking about. A lot of people are saying how much of a steal that was in the draft because this guy is raw, but he's a monster, and he is a sponge. And one of his, if I'm not mistaken, one of his idols was Grady Jarrett growing up. Now you're being mentored by your idol. I think they got a lot of. I think they got more in the defensive tackle room than we anticipate. Don't forget Big Nev Gallimore that we signed. So we got a nice little rotation. And then who's the undrafted free agent they signed? Oh, goodness. That people are talking about, too, a D lineman.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name.
Cornelius, put it up. I know you know who I'm talking about. One of my guys, the defensive lineman that they signed, free agent defensive lineman they signed that we were talking about. But yeah, once he puts it up, we'll discuss it. But yeah, so they might have a nice little rotation at D line.
Yeah, they signed 4 defensive tackles this offseason, and Contavious Street was another one of them. They, when you look at how Dennis Allen wants to put together his defense, they are trying to get a rotation too. They're trying to keep guys fresh. They're trying to stop the run because they were just awful last year against the run. When you stop the run, oh yeah, Jaden Lovin. Yeah, I mean, and the thing with undrafted guys is you still have to be patient. It's I know everyone loved Jade Walker last year. I think a lot of people forget though, like he was inactive a lot. He was inactive for the 2 playoff games too, so they can contribute. I think obviously they're more of developmental guys too. So yeah, I think they're trying to get guys that can rotate in the defensive line to stop the run. And that will open up things because, if you heard Ryan Poles, he basically said, like, yeah, we got to get faster because our defensive backs are going to have to cover more if we can't get to the pass rush. Now, if they can stop the run, that'll help a little bit. It'll become more obvious pass rush situations where you can kind of pin your ears back and go after the quarterback. We didn't see that a lot last year because they couldn't stop the run. So, yeah, they're going to have – I mean, to me, they can bring in everyone they want in the defensive tackle spot. I still think, Grady Jarrett's got to have a better year. Gervon Dexter's got to have a better year. That's kind of where it starts for me on that defensive line in terms of up front and in the middle as well.
I agree. You can't, if you can't stop the run,
you're screwed.
Not going to be a lot of 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 8s because there's going to be 3rd and 2s and 3rd and 3s, and you can still run on those, and they're going to run.
Yep.
And that's what a lot of teams did last year, and it really affected us. So hopefully that works out. Talk to me about the cornerback, the young man out of Texas this is the shit that's wrong with the Malik Muhammad. This is what's wrong with the internet. All right, he got drafted in the 4th round. All right, 6'1", if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
All right, but he was stoic and didn't have a reaction, and people were like, oh, he should have had a reaction, blah 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 blah. And how can you? This is the dream, and you're not reacting. And the dude, first of all, the dude was probably pissed that he went in the 4th round. Okay.
Yeah.
And secondly, we don't know how people process. Like this is this guy's dream, his lifelong dream, just came true. We all handle different situations differently. And for him, he may have just been compartmentalizing, like, holy shit, I finally got drafted. All the work that I've been doing has finally come to fruition by me getting drafted. And people are shitting on him like, oh, you should have been jumping up for joy and high-fiving. Dude, talk to me about what you feel about this guy, because there's a lot of good things being said about this young man, about Malik Muhammad.
Yeah, and I didn't even see the video until he put out a statement. It's just those dumb aggregation accounts that are just terrible for Twitter. That's a rant I could go on for hours another day. Because it's unfortunate that someone has to put out an apology or a statement to do that. Kind of same thing happened last year with Luther.
Sorry, I didn't celebrate the way you wanted me to.
Yeah, exactly. But people were saying the same thing about Luther Burden, and when he got here, he was very complete opposite of what people were saying online. But yeah, no, I like the pick. I thought they were going to address defensive back at some point, whether it'll be day 2 or day 3, because again, I mentioned it earlier, and nothing against any of the players, but will Tyreek Stevenson be back after this year? They're going to have to make a decision on him. Mm-hmm. If they're in a tight cap spot and, Jalen Johnson's bothered by injuries, you might have to make a tough decision there. For me, they're going to go in Tyreek and Jalen as their top 2 probably. But, I see a lot of, they got Terrell Smith, they got Zaw Frazier.
Yeah.
You're counting on a lot there, though. Like, Zaw Frazier has not played. He's not had an offseason at all of working out. I'd be shocked if he made an impact right away. Terrell Smith is interesting because we've seen him in a couple games and he's looked good, but the injuries, how does he come back from that? So, yeah, I'm glad they addressed it. I think, it's a guy, he's got a little bit of a slender frame. I would say he's like 6 foot. I think he's 182, 183. But his coverage skills, his range kind of make up for that. Watching him at Texas, I went back and looked at some of the tape. He can play some press. He can play off, which is good, which is kind of what Dennis Allen wants. He could get physical for his, the frame that he's got. I like him. He seems like a kid that's motivated. He got to spend time with Charles Tillman. He likes to watch the old school defensive backs as well. So, yeah, to me, I love that pick. I think that they got a steal there at where they got him. So, yeah, I'm excited to see Muhammad out there this week, at rookie minicamp and to kind of see what he's got. I think – I don't know if he'll start right away, but I think he's got the chance to start next year, 2027, and at least push some of these other guys in training camp.
Yeah, I agree, because he's coming with a big chip on his shoulder. And those are the types of people you want. Those are the type of people that you as a coach, you love. Like, okay, this guy's got something to prove.
Yep.
And he's gonna eat up our coaching. And he's gonna do a whole bunch of stuff, ask a lot of questions, because this guy is on a mission. And you, as a coach, you love those type of players. And you talked about Jalen Johnson got that big contract because So what if Zack Frazier or Terrell Smith plays really well, and this kid plays well, and next year you need some money? Well, Jalen, okay, we might, maybe they might not be as good as Jalen, but they're pretty damn close. Now you have like you said, tough decision. Do we cut him? Do we trade him? Because you'll always be able to trade him because someone's always going to take a Pro Bowl cornerback, in the contract. Someone's going to trade for him. So that could be an issue. And that's the thing exactly what Ryan Poles wanted. He wanted competition. Yeah. And with competition comes some guys who are making big money. If we can find a guy who may be a little almost as good as you, who's a lot cheaper, we're going to take that dude. So that's just the nature of the beast. So he is doing a great job of bringing in competition and fostering, iron sharpens iron, the old saying, and you got to play because mugs they want to play. The cool part about it, talk to you about this. How crazy that people want to come play for the Bears now.
Yeah. Well, it starts with Ben Johnson, and then it's Caleb Williams, and it's the culture that they've kind of built here.
In 1 year.
And you have Ben Johnson has shown we can build a culture here. I got guys. I earned the respect. Total opposite of like the ending of the Eberflus era, where it was just everyone was just fed up. It's been fun. It's been cool to see. When you look at Ben Johnson and how he's got these players to buy in, and how Caleb Williams, they're organizing off-season workouts and at USC, and they're all hanging out and they're getting together, they're spending time together. So Khalif Raymond's a good example. Left Detroit, came to Chicago, worked under Ben Johnson, wanted to be here. So they're going to be a free agent destination as long as Ben Johnson's here. Not only for offense but for defense too. And you have Dennis Allen as well. He's a guy that a lot of people respect around this league and players want to play for. He's got head coaching experience. He's got a lot of defensive experience. They're going to be a destination as long as their cap situation allows them to be.
And when you start, and this is where the Zack Frazier and the Terrell Smiths, because they're not first round picks, they're second and third, and fourth round picks. Their salary cap, if you can get those guys starting and eliminate some of the bigger contracts, like we talked with Jalen Johnson, maybe in a year or so, that salary cap looks pretty appetizing now. That if you need to go get a big free agent, to plug a hole here and there, because you got youngsters who aren't on huge deals, and to me it reminds me of, you're old enough to remember the A-Team, don't you, with Hannibal and Mr. T and all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of every episode, when the thing works out, Hannibal Lecter would always say, I love it when a plan comes together.
Yep.
Or you have a cigar, I love it when a plan comes together. Well, it looks like Ryan Poles' plan is coming together. He's he's pushing these veterans with younger competition, and these younger guys want the bag too. So again, iron sharpens iron. These young guys are pushing these veterans. These veterans have no chance to slack off. And it makes that DB room better. It makes the defense better. It makes this whole God bless the team better.
Yeah, well, they've essentially preached competition too. They said it. Yeah. Jeff King told us before the draft, we want to create competition with this draft class, because it pushes not only the guys that want to earn the jobs, but the starters as well. You can always be motivated. So I think that's big, and that directly comes. That's a Ben Johnson thing. That's a Ryan Poles thing. So that just kind of shows how different it is now compared to what it's been, over the years, I'd say.
Guys, we're joined by Zack Pearson. He's a Bears writer for BearReport.com. We're talking Bears football here on ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Let's go to the offense. One of the guys that I was talking, I don't know if you caught the end of it when you came in the green room. Jedrick Wills, left tackle out of Alabama, first round pick back in 2020. He hurt his knee in 23, re-injured it again, and so he sat out all last year to rehab it. Bears signed him to a 1-year deal. If something like that works out, because one of the things that I said is, like, to get drafted in the first round, you're special.
Yeah. Yep.
To be in the NFL and to get drafted in general is special. But get drafted in the first round is special. And when you're drafted in the top 10, that you have a lot of traits that a lot of other people don't have. Talk to me about if this thing works out with Jedrick Wills. How does that solidify our offensive line? And if it does, how does that solidify and improve this offense?
Yeah, left tackle. So it's just an interesting position because of essentially what happened last year. They started off Ozzie at left tackle in training camp, and then he got moved to right tackle. Then you saw Theo, you saw Braxton, you saw Ozzie, and then Ozzie gets hurt at the end. So they're forced to go out and re-sign Braxton, bring in another left tackle. And I would bet money that Ozzie's not playing at all in 2026. And if it is, it'd be very late in the season. But even then, it's such a tough injury to come back from right away. I think their plan is, and their hope is, Jedrick could get them through here, 2026, or Braxton, whoever wins that job. But if it's Jedrick, they can get him through 2026. He's serviceable. If he's better, great. You can keep him around the roster and have him compete for the left tackle in 2027. They want Ozzie to be that guy in 2027. Now, that's easier said than done because that's a tough injury to come back from. We don't know even when Ozzie's 100% what's going to happen. So I think, best case scenario is, like you were saying, Jedrick comes in and plays really well, starts all the games, is not a negative out there, is actually a positive. I think that's a great thing for the Bears. Now, I know some people that cover the Browns, talk to them. When he's on the field, he's pretty good. Now, he had the big issue with the injury, then re-injured it. And then there was, that sucks because you're away from football. Your mind kind of wanders off to different things. Essentially you get bored because all you know is football. That's all you do. So I think that there was, some things about not that he doesn't love football, but like how committed is he now with the injury. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. We haven't seen him out there yet. We haven't had access to that yet, but I think it'd be great if he came out and won that starting job early in the offseason, held it all year, and forced, like we keep saying, more competition between him and Ozzie. I think if him or Ozzie are the starting left tackle in 2027, that's a good thing. If it's him, I think that might even be better because, you might be able to get him again on a cheaper deal to come back.
Bingo.
For another couple of seasons.
Dude, that's exactly what I do. We're here, bro. Because I said if he plays, you can sign him to it, and he shows consistency. You can sign him to a 3 or 4 year deal. And all right, cool. Definitely not going to break the bank because he has no body of work to warrant a bank breaking deal.
Yeah.
And then because he's going to be 27, he's May 17th, May 18th, something. I just checked it out. He'll be 27. All right, give him a 4 year deal. He's 31, and if he still shows some life at that, give him another 2 year deal. And he's still not going to command a huge salary at that. And so now you got 6 years with this guy of top level left tackle talent and play for, middle of the road, left tackle, middle of the road. And that, again, here we go. That opens up the door for the salary cap staying low. And if we need one hole plugged to get us over the top, to get us to the chip, they have the money and they have the resources to get it done. And that's what excites me about this pick is if this dude comes out and people talk about his commitment. How do we know that he's not driven right now? Like he's mad that he missed 2026 or 2025. He is focused, and that is his only thing. We don't know that. Like you said, you haven't had access to it. You guys media hasn't had access to him.
Yeah, nothing.
What if he comes out and said, "Man, that's all I thought about is getting with a team and showing that I'm a 10th overall Mickey Ficky pick, and I'm gonna show people just like Luther Burden said, hey, all you who pass me, you're gonna regret it." And man, he showed out. Maybe this guy has that same mentality. I would imagine you don't go to Alabama without being, having a mentality of being a dominant player at your position.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's got an opportunity. He's got a second chance, something that, not a lot of players get. So he's got a second chance here in an offense that probably suits his game pretty well with the run blocking and the zone scheme. So we'll see. I mean, I would not be shocked if he came out more motivated by this.
You mentioned this, and talk to me how much you like the fact that Caleb had his guys, had his receiving core out in LA, and they're all there. Rome was there, Luther Burden was there, Colson Loveland was there. I think Cole Kmet might even have been there. The guy who just signed from the Lions. Who's the guy who just signed with us from the Lions? The wide receiver.
Khalif Raymond.
He was out there. Talk to me about how important that is with all those guys being out there practicing together.
Yeah, I mean, it's extra reps. You know, it's stuff that you get in the off season, and this is where you essentially build those relationships even more. And it's not only on the field, it's off the field too. Because we've heard how important that is, you know, not only from Ben Johnson, but guys like Roma Dunze, guys like Caleb Williams, how important it is to have that relationship off the field. So it wasn't surprising to me that they went out there and did that. It's great because now they get the extra reps, they can work together. Very, very beneficial, I think, for a guy like Johnny Walker.
Yeah, that's right. He was out there too.
Yeah, trying to prove himself a little more because he'll probably be in the running for that wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4 spot. So yeah, I mean, it's extra reps, and it's good to get that bond and that team bond going.
One of the things that I liked about it was that they were all young. So I think DJ, as much, and DJ was my favorite player on the team. So yes, I cried when they traded him and hurt. I understood it. Yeah. I understood it as a business, but it just, my question was who's going to be the dude to step up, whatever. But DJ's married with kids, and not saying DJ couldn't go out. What I'm saying is when you're married with kids, as you all know, home comes first.
Yeah.
And all these guys are young, and most of them aren't married that we know of or have kids. You know what I mean? So now that's a different aspect. You can hang out differently. And that bond grows stronger because you don't have to run home to the kids, take care of home, the wife and kids. When you're young and you have to spend that time, like you can go clubbing, you can do all the craziness that young multimillionaires, want to do. And you're not, I don't want to say forced, but you don't have to go back to a wife and a kid. Yeah. And I think that helps build a stronger relationship because they're all so young. They're all not, most of them aren't married, if I'm not mistaken. Cole may or may not be, I'm not sure. But for the most part, they can literally get out and kick it with their millions of dollars.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the reality of balancing life and in the NFL.
Yeah.
A lot of guys have homes in Arizona or Los Angeles in the league that they go out in the summer and they bring the wife and the kids. But yeah, not everyone does that. Not everyone has that. Not everyone's from, some people are from the East Coast. Some people are, from the South. So it's a little different. But yeah, having that young core too. A lot of these guys are young, not married. Cole's married. He got married last off season. But yeah, I mean, a lot of these guys are younger and unmarried, so it allows them the freedom to kind of go out there and do that and take advantage of that time where they could go out and get extra reps and not only that, but meet with other players, pick their brains, kind of things like that.
Yeah, I'm excited. Talk to me about Caleb. How comfortable do you think he's going to be now that not only does he not have to learn new offense, but neither does Loveland, neither does Luther Burden, neither does Cole Kmet, neither does DeAndre Swift, neither does Kyle Malonga. How comfortable do you think he's going to be in his offense, not having to learn a third offense in 3 freaking years?
Yeah, I mean, that's important because, again, when he came in the league, he had to learn the offense that Matt Eberflus's staff was running. And then, they go to Ben Johnson, and he had to learn that offense, which is a little bit more difficult to learn. And there was growing pains, and there was frustrations, and he was coached hard. He's still going to be coached hard. Ben Johnson, we're resetting. That's what he said. We're looking at this like we're resetting. Last year really doesn't matter as much because, there's a lot of parity in the NFL. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be more comfortable as long as he's open to the hard coaching again, which I don't see it as a problem. There's been nothing that shows there'll be a problem with that. So, yeah, I think having Colson Loveland will be very, very important to him. I think Colson will probably end up being wide receiver 3 on this team. They're still going to use him as a tight end, but you can just do so much with him. And having Cole Kmet as that safety blanket, Now you have another target, a big tight end that you just drafted. You're familiar with Roma Dunze. You're familiar with Luther Burden. Really, the only guy he's got to kind of get up to speed is essentially Khalif Raymond, but he's been in this type of offense before. So I think Caleb will be comfortable. Now, my only worry is it kind of felt like when he needed a play or, he'd look at DJ a lot, or DJ would kind of be that safety blanket for him. Mm-hmm. That might not be there right away. That might be something he has to develop with someone else. So, yeah, that'd be kind of my only concern about that. But, I think more hard coaching this offseason and getting that completion percentage up is going to be key. If he can't get that completion percentage up, there's not saying he's a bust or anything, but, there'll be a little worry that, okay, maybe he's not an accurate passer in terms of his NFL career. He can make all these credible throws, but he's still got to hit those easy ones. We see him too often kind of miss a couple of those easy ones. I think he'll get better at that. I trust Ben. I trust Caleb. I think they both have earned the trust of everyone to take that next step. So as long as you get that completion percentage up, I will not be worried at all.
Listen, I've been one of the harshest critics on Caleb. Okay. But let's keep it a buck. How many fucking drops did he have?
Yeah, there's a lot. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of drops.
So you eliminate the drops. You increase some of the you increase that. Your completion percentage is going to go through the roof, because the amount of drops that he had last year, if that dwindles to a minimum, and even if his completion percentage increases a little bit, the reduction in drops is going to shoot that thing through the roof, and he'll be able to hit that 70% or right around it and stay there consistently. And that's what's got me excited. And what else has me excited is this guy. Talk to me about how you anticipate them using Zavion Thomas, who ran like a freaking 3.4 40.
Yeah. I would say it's more special teams to start. He's fast. Like, there's just no denying it. He's fast. But again, you have to talk to people, draft experts. He needs some work as a wide receiver, I'd say. Mm-hmm. So I would not expect him to have a big role in the offense right away. Maybe they get him in the backfield a little bit, try to get him the ball in space, things like that. I think it's going to be more special teams. And, you might get 60, 70 kickoff touches with the new kickoff rule. If he could take 2 or 3 of those back, or can bring a couple of those out to the 50, sets up your offense perfect. That's exactly what you want. So he might not have an impact where he's catching 40, 50 passes, anything like that. But if he could set up that, the field position for the Bears, or even return 1 or 2, maybe 3, that would be a big bonus. But, looking at him, obviously the speed is there. The hands are good. I think he needs a little route running, needs to be just a little bit better. Probably needs to bulk up just a little bit more. But it's early. He hasn't even hit rookie mini camp yet. So there's a lot of time left for him.
I agree with a lot of things you said. And the one thing that why I'm excited for that young man, all right, is wide receiver coach. All right.
Yeah.
That's what got me. That's what has me excited about this guy, is that you're going to have great coaching. All right. You're going to have coaches that are going to push you. And if you're any type of player, you want coaches to push you. You want coaches to be on your ass at all times, because the old saying, when the coach stops yelling at you, that means he don't care.
Yeah.
And to be great, I think these guys, he went to LSU. That alone says what type of player you are. Okay.
Yeah.
But you get Antoine Randall L, who was not the best receiver coming out of not a 5-star recruit, not. But what did he do? He stayed in the league for years, double-digit years. Why? Because he was a route runner, because he blocked, because of all the little things. You add that, and the one thing that I've said ad nauseum, when you go from high school to college to the pros, the most important coaching you get is that first year. It sets the foundation, okay, which is why you see all our quarterbacks we've had in the past have had shitty coaches. It almost happened again with Caleb.
Yeah.
We got Ben. And Ben course corrected that real fast. But when you get a guy who comes in, look at Cal Monungai. Look how hard he ran. Because remember, he wasn't playing initially.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing initially. because Eric Sleeper-Bieni was on that ass, boy. He was like, oh, you're not doing it right. You're not doing it right. I need 3. And you're not, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down, rookie. You know what I mean? Those type of things. And what did he do? He adapted. Great players adapt. Antoine Randall L's not going to take it easy on this youngster. As a matter of fact, he might even be harder on him. And this kid's going to have one or two things, fight or flight. And I think this guy's going to do well. And once he is incorporated into that wide receiver room, which could be game 4, game 8, game 10, game 12, who knows? But once he is, what kind of weapon is that for Ben Johnson?
Yeah, I mean, it's speed. It's get him out in the open space, and it's something they really haven't had yet under Ben Johnson. There was really no burner last year. So, that'll be good. And I think honestly for him, the best chance to earn more reps and see the field is special teams. It's like that for a lot of rookies. So, I mean, he could take advantage of that early on here in rookie mini camp, OTAs, and then ahead of training camp.
Yeah, because if you start making plays in the kick and punt return, they're like, okay, well, we see you can make things happen in space.
Yeah.
Let's try you on the offense to get you in space so you can make some plays. So, man, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the season. It's going to be an exciting one. Talk to me. Are you concerned about the turnovers? All right. We led the NFL in turnovers last year. We led the NFL in interceptions last year. All right. A lot of those interceptions are out the door. All right.
Yeah.
Nashawn Wright, the captain Kevin Byard, even Tremaine Edmonds was having a great year with picks before he got injured. Excuse me a little bit. Do you see the Bears? I'm not going to say equaling that because that was insane what they did last year. But do you still see them being a possible turnover machine?
Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to replicate what they did last year. Like there's going to be a natural regression, even if they brought back the same defense. Like they were not going to get that many takeaways. I would have been shocked. Yeah, I mean, there'll be some regression, but again, they still, they have playmakers on the defense. Now they also have Al Harris, and they have good coaches on that defense. So I don't think there'll be anything, bottom of the league. I think they'll still probably be top 10, 12, top 12-ish. They got guys that could still play. Devin Bush had 2 pick sixes, I think, last year for the Browns. So, you look at a guy, Dylan, Thieneman has some ball hawking skills. You look at your corners. Can your corners stay healthy? They did a lot of this without Kyler Gordon and without Jalen Johnson too, which is
and without a pass rush.
Yeah, without a pass rush too. So, I still think they'll force some takeaways. They might have to if that pass rush is lacking again. They could kind of offset that. But, it was going to be a drop regardless, even if they had to hold the same defense back. It's just what they did last year was incredible. It's just so hard to replicate.
Last question before we let you go, man. And guys, we're joined by Zack Pearson. He covers the Bears for BearReport.com. We're talking Bears football here on ShawnSierraSports on Sports Zone Chicago. Talk to me about Ben. Ben is he's Chicago's golden child. Do you see him? How do you see his season this year? Do you see him maybe getting a little too big for his britches? You think him? A lot of times those play callers got egos as bigger than the players. All right, and I know he seems like a quiet, humble man, but he's got an ego. He's got pride. Talk to me about how you think Ben goes into year 2, and how well of a coaching job you think he does in year 2.
So after having a season like last year, you essentially go from being, the hunter to being hunted now. Like every team's coming at you. And the Matt LaFleur stuff and the cockiness, which is fine. I have no issue with it. Keep doing it. I love it. I think that's great for the game. I think it's great for rivalries. I think people that don't like it and are whining about it, and maybe, some of Matt LaFleur's friends in the game that are whining about it, I think they're whiners. I think it's stupid. I think you should absolutely do that type of stuff. I get there should be some sportsmanship, but Ben Johnson planted his flag from day one when he said he's going to look forward to beating Matt LaFleur twice. He kept his word. He did not back down. He easily could have backed down and been a coward about it. Oh, I was just kidding. No, that's who he is. The guy is very smart. He's calculated. He is, in the best way I can say this, a madman in terms of football. He loves football. He breathes football. He's very easy to talk to in pressers. He's very easy to talk to off the record. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. We saw what happened with Matt Nagy, bringing in 10 kickers after they lost that playoff game for rookie minicamp, focused on one little thing. We saw how he lost the locker room. We saw Matt Eberflus, how he lost the locker room. I don't see any of that in Ben Johnson. I think Ben Johnson, the smartest thing he did was come out and say, we're starting over this year. Last year does not matter. It absolutely does not matter. It's fun to look back on. It's in the record books, but it doesn't matter with this team. So I think he knows, like, they have to start from square one. They have to build this up again, and they have to have that same attitude where, they could beat anyone on any day and anyone could beat them on any day. And now teams are targeting him. So they have to essentially adapt to that. But I would be shocked if he got in over his head, if he got too cute, if he, like you said, if the offense got too cocky in a way and he just broke, I would be shocked. We have not seen anything like that. I think they're going to be right now. Will they win the NFC North? I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough thing to do in this league, is to win division titles and get back to where they got. But the good news is, and the best thing is, he recognizes how tough that is, and he knows it's not going to be given to him. So, yeah, answer your question. I'm not have no worries, none at all. I'm not saying they'll go out and replicate success because it's so hard, but I just have no worries. If Ben Johnson was the reason why they're losing games, I'd be very shocked.
Guys, he's Zack Pearson. He writes for BearReport.com. Man, great stuff as always, bro. Do me a favor, let everyone know where they can find you and your work online.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at Zack, ZACK_Pearson. It's right there at the bottom. Thank you for spelling it right. A lot of people don't. But
doesn't that annoy you? Doesn't that annoy you? Like, we've been friends for so long. How often do you not spell my name right?
It doesn't annoy me. It annoys my mom when she sees stuff like that. So, and rightfully so. She did all the work. So it's respectfully for her that it's spelled right. That's what I tell people. I tell people, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care. But no, you can follow me on Twitter. You can read my work at BearReport.com. You can follow Bear Report on Twitter at Bear Report.
Dude, great stuff, man. I appreciate the time, man. We'll talk soon. Bear the freak down, man. Bear down.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Have a good rest of the show.
Thank you. Guys, that's Zack Pearson from BearReport.com. Great stuff as always. Man, I am fired up. Man, Plankster's in the house. What's up, Papa? I said, thank you, Zack. Appreciate your time. Cornelius says, I believe Ben Johnson already had a plan for Xavier when they drafted him. I do too. And remember, Ben Johnson, this is Ben Johnson's offense. This is not someone's bastardized version of an offense. All right, this is Ben Johnson's offense. Okay? Ben Johnson knows what he needs for his offense. You don't have to tell him. All right? But what a lot of fans don't understand is that just because someone's rated higher than another player, someone's has a bigger chance to be a star in this league, according to other people, doesn't mean he's going to fit Ben Johnson's scheme. Okay, you can have a guy who's the best running back in the NFL or in the draft, but if he goes into the wrong scheme because he's a power runner and we run zone, you got to be more patient. When you're downhill and running gap screen, you're hitting that thing 100 miles an hour. Do you have the patience? All right. You running downhill in college because your offensive linemen were fitting up on a defense quickly and you're able to get right by them quick, fast, in a hurry is a great skill. But when you have to be patient, can you be patient, read, wait for the blocks to develop, and then run? So you might be a wrong fit. You might be the wrong fit. You might be the best running back coming out of the draft because of this style of run, but you can't get drafted to a team that doesn't have the same blocking style that works with you. So Ben Johnson's like, I don't need the best player in the position. I need the best player that fits this role. I need the best player who will fit this position that I have. And he goes out and gets him. And he has Ryan Poles go out and get him. So Cornelius, I agree with you completely. I agree with you that Ben knew. He's like, you give me a guy who runs a 4.28? He runs a 4.28? He runs a sub 4.340. Are you freaking kidding me? You're going to give the madman Ben Johnson a freaking guy who runs faster than a 4.3, a sub 4.340? Come on, man. Come on, man. Wow. There are going to be so many different ways he gets used. Okay? Out of the backfield. You saw him. He was in the backfield at LSU. Imagine him coming out of the back. Remember, they used DJ in the backfield last year. Imagine him coming out of the backfield on a linebacker. Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't care if the linebacker runs a 4.4. He don't run a 4.28. That's the matchup. That's the thing. I don't care if you run a 4.4. I run a 4.28. Beep, beep. I'm out. And when I talk about clear routes, burden corner, burn a crossing, an over route, roam a go, drag, and you can have Cole Kmet or Colson Loveland hook up in the middle of the field and have Zavion run a slant or run a crosser, an underneath route, get it to him, let him run. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you're right, King Booker World. Because here's the thing. You don't know if you're playing man and he goes by you. Nigga couldn't change the battery in a smoke detector. So here's the thing about it. This is why I love the matchups. You got a guy who's got 4.28 speed. And he lines up outside. He gets up. First play, he's like, gone. Puts his hand up. I don't care if you overthrow it. Throw that goddamn ball. Throw that goddamn ball. First play. Because that DB's going to be like, oh, shit, dude, I've never seen 4.28. I've seen it on TV and other play. I've never covered a guy who had 4.28 speed. So when you get, so now you're thinking he has to cover the go route at all times in man. He's got to cover. So he's backing up. So you get him going, give him a 3-step slant, 1-2. That DB turns his hip, slant. Come on. There's so much that Ben's going to do with that. It's not even funny. And he was, what round pick was he? He's a 3rd round pick. So his contract, even his contract's is not going to be. It's not going to break the bank. Oh my God! You know what's funny? King Booker, I looked at it. I looked quickly and I had a double take before I put it up. I'm like, why did this fool have him down for 2 STDs? I was like, what? King Book World, what are you talking about? 2 STD? Oh, ST, special teams TDs. I thought you had my man down for 2 STDs. I'm like, damn. You know something we don't know? Your cousin that lives down in, she went to LSU or something? No. Oh, man. That's classic. Listen. Oh, man. Listen, dude. Guys, ladies, gentlemen, 2 hours is coming and going. I want to thank my guy, Glenn. Oh, man. Zack Pearson. for coming on from bearreport.com. And talk. I'm getting fired up as we speak. Man, I really am. And he says, hell no, 2 TDs and chlamydia. Hey, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. As always, man, I love the support. The Planksters in the house. King Booker World's in the house. Black Diamond's in the house. Cornelius Squall's in the house. Oh, man, Armando Emeterio Lara Jr.'s in the house. All right, Mr. Shorty's in the house. All right, I don't know if I was muted today or not, but Mr. Shorty's in the house. I said Black Diamond. Cornelius. Shawn. Levette Lee was in the house today. He's in the house today. I love it. I think I saw Patty. My man Rick Gonzalez is in the house today. Man, I appreciate the love and support you guys give me, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. All right? Shit. Listen. Wrong one. Choo-choo. Make sure get your tickets for the double nickel all linen celebration for the SuperBack. My birthday party, July 25th, 2026, 4:30 to 7:30 on the Summer of George. Boarding starts at 4 p.m. 900 South Wells. There's a parking lot literally right next to the place that right next to where we dock. Okay. And it was on Eventbrite, but I changed it. Sorry. Here's what I did. I changed it to avoid the fees. Eventbrite, it charged, it ended up being about 20% more per ticket. And I was like, no, man, I'm not doing that to my people. Forget that. So, all right, there's different ways you can pay. You can pay through Zelle. Zelle tag Sports Zone Chicago. You're going to have to create a contact or recipient, it's called. I showed you how to do that already. All right, Zelle recipient. Just put, Sports Zone Chicago, and then it says phone number, email, or Zelle tag. And just put in the Zelle tag, just put Sports Zone Chicago. You can send it PayPal, ShawnSierraSports at gmail.com. Or you can send it Venmo at Shawn-Sierra. All right, get your tickets because this is a party you are not going to want to miss. It's going to shut it down. Shut them 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 down. I'm telling you, it's going to be epic. It's all I can say is epic. 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 So please go get your tickets. And also don't forget, start getting your Sports Zone Chicago gear. All right. We got the FG, we got Sports Zone Chicago shirts. Okay, we have Sports Zone Chicago hoodies, we got Sports Zone Chicago hats. We got our FGB shirts. All right, Shawn already got his FGB sweatshirt. You got the orange one. We got the Coaching Matters. The Good, Better, Best shirts, excuse me. All right, we got Good, Better, Best hoodies. We got the Bears Victory Monday shirts. All right, and a whole lot of, we got our Cigar Fanatic shirts as well. All right, if you're a cigar smoker, man, you wear that out to the party, to the cigar bar, people are like, where'd you get that shirt? SportsZoneChicago.com. All right, make sure you get those orders in. All right, be ready for the summer, the summer and the fall. Get them now because you're going to forget. Like, oh, I meant to get it. I wanted to do it, and I forgot. You know how we are. We forget. All right? But anyway, 12:15. All right, Second City Sports, Lakina McGee and Sidney Brown. Got you for 2 hours from then, 12:15 to 2:15. Hope you guys have a great day. The weather's going to be nice today. It's going to be in the low to mid 70s today, if I'm not mistaken. High of 75 today, mid 70s. Beautiful. It's going to get a little cooler tomorrow, but we're not at tomorrow. We are at today. So enjoy it. Get out there. All right. If you're looking for something to eat, Cheap Chicken Monday at Jewel. Cheap Chicken Monday. You get the little the rotisserie chicken or 8 pieces of chicken if it's fried chicken. It's $5.99, $6. Can't beat it with a stick. Cheap Chicken Monday. Then tomorrow, don't forget, Cinco de Mayo is tomorrow, May 5th, the Battle of La Batalla de Puebla, the Battle of Puebla. Okay. It falls on a Taco Tuesday. I'm telling you, having breakfast tacos, tacos for lunch, and tacos for dinner. All right. A Mexican holiday that's really been commercialized thanks to the liquor and spirits industry here in America. But nonetheless, so let's, you know what? Let's celebrate it. Bump it. Let's celebrate it. Let your loved ones know you love them, because tomorrow is promised to no one. Please remember that. Okay? Please remember that. Just truer words were never spoken. So I hope you guys have a great day. Get out there, enjoy. Just get to walk it. 75-degree weather. Come on, man. 75 degrees. Get on out. All right? Get out. Get out and enjoy that sun. Get the vitamin D. No diddy. I get the vitamin D on your skin. Your body needs it. Your body needs it. All right? We've been cramped up in the house for too long in the winter, the overcast conditions. Man, let's get out there and get some sunlight on our face. All right? So for everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the Superback, Shawn Sierra. I appreciate the love and the support, and your boy is out.
Come on, race the race. Get ready for the drop and answer the drop.